I know this video is supposed to be about how I treated it and how to get rid of it and how to feel more beautiful, but I think that that's something we get so caught up in, and we forget that whether or not the acne goes away, you're beautiful. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be talking about kind of a harder subject. It's something I didn't talk about for years publicly. Only my friends and family really knew how bad I was struggling with it. I actually had really bad cystic hormonal acne all over my chin. I'll share the pictures right here. Still can't believe I'm sharing those photos. It was crazy because in high school, I would have little breakouts, almost like I'm kind of having right now, but it was never something I just couldn't cover it with concealer and move on with my life. In my 20s, I was actually Miss Florida at the time when it got really bad. So I'm preparing for Miss America. I'm going to the dermatologist, I'm getting all of these facials. They put me on antibiotics, they put me on birth control, they put me on everything, and my body was just not responding at all. And for about 3 years, I would pray about it. I'm like, Lord, seriously, what do you want me to do? I changed my diet, stopped eating gluten, I stopped having dairy, and nothing was working. And everyone kept telling me, well, maybe you should try Accutane. And I was really like, kind of against it for a long time until it got to the point where it was really affecting me emotionally. I would cry myself to sleep. I would wake up in pain because I could feel the bumps. It would hurt to smile. And I had to come to a place where I really learned to love myself with or without it. And it's a hard place to be. I'm not gonna sit here and say that every day wasn't a struggle, because it definitely was. And I don't like admitting that. I wish I could say that I was totally fine with myself and then I knew it didn't define me in those moments, but it was something that like just irked me to my core. Like, this is affecting me not only emotionally, but potentially financially, and I didn't know what to do with it. So finally took the plunge and went on Accutane, but I was actually only on it for 3 months, and it was right when Chad and I started dating. I was so embarrassed. My skin was all peely and I was dry, and my lips were just like crusty, and so I had to bring Vaseline like everywhere I went. And then, funny story, I actually got kicked off the Accutane because I didn't want to be on birth control. I was pretty much like, I'm waiting until marriage and I don't want to be taking birth control and messing up my hormones and doing all that stuff if I don't have to. I felt the Accutane was enough on my body. Once they found out that I wasn't, of course they didn't take my word for being abstinent, and so I got kicked off. But by the grace of God, I think that those 3 months were kind of all I needed. Y'all, he was so good. If your acne is not bad enough to go on Accutane, something I really want to talk to you about is not using like really harsh products on your skin. I did Proactive, I did all the acne lines, and all it did was irritate and make my skin more red and more inflamed. And so I would really encourage you to be gentle on yourself. I would highly encourage you to go see your dermatologist and see what they say about it. Question was, did they prescribe birth control pills? And so I actually tried the birth control pills years prior. Like I said, I prayed about going on Accutane. I said for 3 years, it could have even been more than that. And the birth control really didn't change my skin at all. I didn't feel like it was necessary to put my body through what birth control puts your body through if it really wasn't changing my skin. If you don't have to go on birth control pills, I personally say don't, but that's obviously up to your discretion. Products. So now that the acne isn't like the biggest problem, I use very gentle products on my skin. My favorite brand's probably Dermalogica, just a gentle cleanser. I even use like micellar water. I get it from CVS, it's like $9. It's really inexpensive. And then I make sure that I'm hydrating my face. When I was really dealing with the acne, I would use things that would strip all the oils from my face. And what that actually does to your body is say, oh gosh, I have no oil, so I'm gonna produce more and more oil to try to combat it. So you need to make sure that you're moisturizing your face. It's not only gonna help with the acne, but it's gonna help with anti-aging as well. Another major tip, and I need to take my own advice, is drink lots of water. I'm actually the worst at this, really bad. Maybe we should do a drinking water challenge. I don't know, let me know in the comments below. But water is so good for your skin. It hydrates and it really detoxifies your body. What acne is it's like toxins trying to come out of your body. It's bacteria and it's inflamed and all those things, and water is just the best natural healer. So I need to take my own advice. Another question you guys had was, how did I get rid of the scars? So I fortunately didn't have the like deep, like caved in scars. I just had all the like really red dots. I did the facials with the LED lights that really helped, and then a really cheap acne scar cream that I used from Instagram. So I think it was called Nirvana or something like that. I'll go back and try to find it, and if I can find it, I'll link it for you guys. If I forget, DM me on Instagram and then I'll like shoot you the link directly. Okay, another question you asked was, did I have it in my back and my shoulders? It wasn't as severe. You know, I'd get like a couple here and there when I was really breaking out or having like a week where it was really bad. I would get some even on my chest, a little bit on my shoulders, maybe one or two on my back, but it wasn't terrible, so that wasn't my main concern. My biggest thing was my cheeks and my chin. I would be like, from here up I'm good, but from here down, please don't look at me. So no, I didn't struggle with that as much. Okay, so I'm gonna move into a couple just really simple tips that I learned after. I actually learned this from Dr. Oz. You really need to wash your pillows. It's so good for you because bacteria like loves to live there, and so you're sleeping on it for 7 or 8 hours a night if you're lucky, and it just really seeps into your skin. And so making sure that that's clean while you're sleeping is a great tip. A lot of you guys also asked if I changed my diet. So for about 2 years, I went gluten-free, dairy-free as much as humanly possible. I wish I could say that that was what changed my skin. It's not, but I do see a big difference when I'm not having dairy or gluten in my skin now. I was on Accutane from January to March of 2018. So it's been, you know, a year since I got off of it, and my skin was really clear, and I was pretty consistent about not having dairy or gluten. And then recently I got really bad about it again, and I got a couple breakouts kind of in the area that was my problem area before. I'm gonna start staying away from it again. It's not the main thing that healed it, but it definitely helps, I think, maintain good, fresh skin is a healthy diet. But what I really wanna talk to you guys about in this video is that acne does not define you. I know that I had such a hard time in the midst of that, finding my confidence, feeling beautiful day to day, and I would have to engulf myself in the word and remind myself that the Lord sees me as beautiful. And so maybe even write yourself a little love letter so you can read it on the days that get hard, or you're not feeling beautiful, or you don't feel worthy, because I know I've been there, and I had to really and truly remind myself of the fact that the acne wasn't who I was. Whether or not people, or I feel like people are staring, I know that I'm beautiful because my Father says that I'm beautiful.
Ooh, it smells so homey.
When I was on Accutane and he would come in town and I was literally like peeling and it felt purple and disgusting.
That's just because I like what's on the inside.
Find you a man that makes you feel beautiful even when you don't feel beautiful.
I think it also helped that I struggled a lot with acne. In high school, it was like just brutal, and I knew the struggle. Like, I empathized so much better with her. I mean, that's just a great message, that we go through struggles so that we can empathize better with people and kind of understand where they're at, and not make them feel worse about where they're at, but make them feel better. Yeah. Oh, baby, I dealt with acne because you dealt with acne.
Because I was going to deal with acne.
Yes, because God was like, you're gonna need to be gentle with her.
I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you found it encouraging, feel free to share it with your friends. Maybe they're struggling with acne or self-confidence. Or if there's something that you found that's really helped with your acne journey that I didn't touch on, feel free to leave it in the comments below. That way you might be able to encourage somebody else. So I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye.